everyone, this is the Engwe EP-2 Pro, and what makes it so special is the price point. Now this is basically as loaded as it gets when it comes to e-bikes. You got that 750 watt motor, you got these beefy fat tires, you got a gear selector if you're interested in that, you got 5 levels of pedal assist. I really am impressed with it. You have these beefy tires. Let's look at these real quick. No spokes. You got something really sturdy here. There's pros and cons to that, of course. Like if it, for whatever reason, you do break these, you're gonna have to get a whole new wheel, but it looks beefy is what I'm saying, and it feels sturdy. So that's pretty great. You also got this, if you can see here, this is tourney, which is, you know, it's a step up because most of these derailleurs that come on these Chinese e-bikes are just like either a fake brand or it just says Shimano. So I'm always a fan when they use an actual derailleur here. Not that I use derailleurs that much on e-bikes, but at least if you have it, you need it. So anything you can imagine, this has, which is great. Now unboxing it, I will say it was the most work of any e-bike. Everything was in pieces. Like putting this rack on took a half hour just because it was like a little bent or whatever. But you know, those are some of the trade-offs when you get a budget level e-bike. So I've seen these as low as like $800 all the way up to $1,200. There's a bigger version of this that's similar to the Polarina E6. And then there is this smaller version, but they both have the 750 watt motor, and you know, they look pretty cool too. I like that the battery's housed here. It's really similar to like electric XP as well. So I'd compare it to that. This does have a 750 watt motor where the electric XP only has a 500, I believe. Although I still haven't looked at the new electric XP, the 2.0. That might have a 750 watt. I'll have to double check on that. So we do have a fork lockout, which I'm actually going to be using a little today. And then, what else? I don't know if there's anything else important to get into. But what we're doing is we're taking this guy snow biking today. Kind of. We're not like actually going on any trails or anything, but we're in beautiful northern, take that again. But we are in Michigan here, and winter has officially hit, so we're gonna go take advantage of that and really test out the all-terrain of this bike, which I'm really excited to do because in my last video I was testing this guy and we took that snow biking, and that thing is so fun. And this one, since I don't have the racks, it will probably be a little more nimble. Long story short, we're gonna get into this. I got a head mount today so we can actually like get an up close shot of what snow biking looks like. We're gonna have a good time. So thank you for coming along, and let's dive in. A question I always get is if you can ride this thing without the bike on, and yes you can. That's what I'm doing right now. I've never actually tried it, but I'm doing it. And it's a little bit of extra work, especially in jeans and in the snow. All right, we're gonna give this hill test in snow. Let's hit it. Throttle only. One thing I'm noticing off the bat, and it could be the cold weather, but for a 750 watt motor, this thing is not pushing out what I usually get in a 750 watt motor. I'm gonna chalk that up to cold weather for sure, because it has been in the garage. Let's give it a little boost. Now it's pushing a little more. Let's go get a little snow bike it in. All right, we're hitting the snow bike a little. Still got a little bit of low battery. Woo! This is pretty fun actually. Crushing through the terrain, no problem. Ooh, let's go over here. Let's give it a real test. All right, we're in some deep snow here. Whew. This is so fun. I'm having a blast right now. Keeping it slow through this. That's a trick to having fun in the snow, is not blazing through, otherwise you will probably fall on any bike you're in. Speaking of falling, a little bit deep snow here. It goes better when it's packed. 2 videos in a row of me falling on e-bike. This channel's getting fun. You really got to keep your weight over the front wheel when you're going through some deeper snow. And keep your speed kind of medium. Too slow you fall, too fast you fall. It really is fun once you get the hang of it though. You can definitely feel the battery heated up a little more, and it's giving me the power I was looking for. Although now I've just been riding enough that I have a low battery in general. All right, icy hill climb. I'm gonna give it a little help. Whew, camera cut out there for a second. But let's head home. I think we got a good enough test in, and we'll go do some final thoughts. Whew. Plus it's getting freezing out. I definitely recommend these winter bike gloves. I think they're like 10 bucks on Amazon. Whew. Let's take the snowy way home. It's chilly out here. What a beautiful day though. Woo, it's cold. I'm freezing. We just got back giving this guy a really fun ride. I can't stress that enough. I really had a great time on that thing. Just snowbiking in general is like becoming a really fun thing that I like doing, especially snowbiking with e-bikes, because half the amount of work, twice the amount of fun, if you know what I mean. Let's just talk a couple things about this to end this up. So again, it's really affordable. That's what the main thing it's got going for them. A tip for just riding in snow in general is definitely keep in mind you have to warm up the battery. I also recommend bringing your batteries inside if you have e-bikes. Keep them in the garage is not great, especially if you want to hop right on a ride, because it takes some time to warm up. Plus, it's just not good battery health for them. So keep that in mind. Try to charge indoors as well, which is a little hard to do on this guy because the battery is, well, you have to charge it in the bike, which I know I just said take your batteries indoors, but if you have to take your whole bike indoors with this guy. Let me show you real quick what I mean. So the battery is housed in here, which is removable, but the charging port's right here. So you really can't take this anywhere. All in all, it's still super fun, super affordable. You can't go wrong with it. I really like it. It was a good time. What can I say? I like most e-bikes though. So just remember, this is like it's a budget bike, but it does a lot, you know. It's foldable if you have to take it places. It's got the fat tires if you're doing some all-terrain stuff. It's got a big enough motor that it can handle me, and I'm a big guy, so it's fun. It's great, you know. The downside that you're going to get with any of these kind of like Chinese-ish brands is it's kind of a shot in the dark about how soon you're gonna get parts back, like if anything breaks. Everyone I've worked with, for the record though, has been great. Like, at least for me, like, they give me, if anything breaks, they give me parts right away. And mostly when if it breaks, it's something I did that was my fault. So it's never really been on the bike. But I will say sometimes it's taken like 3 weeks or more to get that part because they're shipping from China or whatever. So that's kind of the downside of going with a more budget Chinese brand. But at the same time, you save money and you still get something fun, and e-bikes hold their value really well too, like if you're reselling them. So another thing I recommend is buy like a mid-level one. Maybe the big brother of this might be a good option, because you can have a fun time on it, and if you end up not using it, you can always just sell it and people will buy them, especially because if supply constraints are still an issue, like that next summer, let's say, people will be looking online to buy a used one. So those are just my 2 cents. I'm gonna end the video here though. I appreciate you guys watching so much. Again, if you're new to my channel, I do basically everything electric. I said in my last video, even my snowblower is electric. Everything electric. I got like 5 e-bikes, I got a Tesla, and I'm obsessed with basically every new electric vehicle. So if you're into that kind of stuff, feel free to stick around and we'll have a good time. That's how I'm ending the video today. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you probably real soon. Bye guys.